Right, hi there YouTube, it's yours truly, and it's time for another video, so thank you very much for joining me. Today we're going to be looking at installing Microsoft Windows Server on a tablet, and yes, it does work, because I already have done it. Now there might be a few reasons why you would elect to do this, such as you have or want to experiment with mini networks, or indeed that you have a mini network that requires a server on it, but you want it ultra portable. So there's just a couple of scenarios, or maybe that you just want a small media center, for example, or an environment similar to that. So there's just a couple of scenarios for you. So that's coming up on today's show. So that's right after this intro.
Get strong.
Okay, so we've got our tablet. This one on the Surface Pro 3 is running Windows 11. Now we're going to do away with that. So we're simply going to press and hold the power key. Not recommended to do this, of course, but we're going to. And hopefully that should hard power this thing off, which it has. And then using our server USB, which we've pre-written, we're going to put that into USB drive, or USB slot rather, which is what we've done. Now, once we power on, we're going to need to hit Delete and F2 on our keyboard. And that's going to take us into our boot menu. And what we want to do is ensure that USB first is selected. So once we've done that, which we have, we can just simply escape. And it says quit without saving, so we're going to say no. Scroll down to exit setup, save configuration and restart, which we're going to say yes to. And we should, with a little bit of luck, be able to boot from that USB stick. Let's just give this a minute. Now this is an evaluation copy of server that I've got. But yeah, the results for you are pretty much going to be the same no matter what. So we'll just let that spinning icon do its thing, the infamous donut, as I call it. And we're presented with a splash screen. So I'm going to say my language is English, and time and currency format. Obviously I'm in the United Kingdom, so I'm going to set it to that and hit next, followed by install now. And we'll just give that a moment as it says that setup is starting. So yeah, we'll just give that a moment. Right, okay, now we have options of what we want to do here. So we can either go for standard desktop experience, data center, or data center desktop experience, or we can have the Azure Stack HCI Server Core installation. Now we're not doing anything with Azure in this one, so I just want the standard desktop experience. So I'm going to select that and then next. And with a little bit of luck, yep, so we have our EULA. We're just spacebar to agree that next. And we're going to say on this one, upgrade. Okay, so that's not available. So what we'll do is custom them. And now we're playing around with partitions. So what we'll do is we'll just delete all of these, like so. Delete that. and then next. And it should copy the server operating system on there just nicely. So we'll just give that a few moments. Usually does take quite a while. And then, of course, getting files ready for installation. Now again, that may take a while on this machine, so you might elect to go and get a drink of your choice. My drink of choice is going to be a bottle of Stella. So we'll just give this a moment. Okay, so it started and we're at 1%. So what we'll do, I think we'll just pause just briefly until we get a little bit further. Okay then, so this has taken about 5 or 6 minutes or so in the time it's taken me to have about half a bottle of beer. And we are now installing our updates and then we'll be finishing up. So, as we said on the Surface Pro 3, this will work. It's worth mentioning just on this note that touchscreen won't work. So you'll need to have a keyboard with it in order for this to actually function of a sort. But yeah, we're installing server. Now, as I said, this is an evaluation copy. So my disclaimer is that I will have to uninstall it, which is what I will do as soon as practicable. Anyway, we need to restart, so that's what we're going to do. And now we can go ahead and remove that USB drive from the machine. And of course, we should now be able to boot into server. It may take a while. We might have to force a restart on it. Let's just give that a moment. No, it's restarted itself. Presented with our spinning donut icon there. And again, this should load just fine. I know, because I've already done it. I've already tested it. But I thought I'd remake the video just for YouTube. And of course, the usual disclaimer applies. This is an evaluation copy. So as soon as I'm done with it, it will be uninstalled. So we're just getting our Surface tab ready. To which point we'll be prompted to input the usual usernames and passwords. And they'll have to be fairly complex. So let's just give this a moment. System's restarting. Zoom in a little bit better on that, I think. Can do a bit better than that. Maybe that's a bit too much. Okay. Time to enter the product key, so I'm going to do this later. So we'll do that later. Then it wants a password, so it has to be fairly complex. So we'll go ahead and put one in. and then say finish, and that should bring us to our logon screen, where pretty much now we can Control-Alt-Delete, like so, and then it will prompt us for the password that we entered in the previous screen. And of course, it's just building the installation now. And as you see, it actually is pretty snappy. It runs quite well. First run's always a little bit finicky, but we've got there. We'll just leave that for a moment for Server Manager to pop up, as it has. Still loading. And there we have it. There's our dashboard. So pretty much now we can just go off and configure this thing to however we want. Now, on a bonus note, the USB, which is on the side, you can attach a USB to Ethernet adapter in there, and it will work straight out the box, so you don't need to mess around with any device drivers on that one. But just to show you the device manager, we should be able to go into device manager. We'll go ahead and open that. We'll end up with a whole bunch of things that are missing. As you see, there's a whole load of unknown devices. The System Management Bus Controller, I think that is, or SM Bus Controller. The PCI Simple Communications Controller and the Ethernet Controller. It might be possible that you can update that from the internet. I've not got that far as to check that yet, but it might indeed be possible. But anywho, I'm digressing a little bit and I'm going down another rabbit hole, which at the minute I don't particularly really want to do. But anywho, that's how you install Windows Server on a Surface Go 3. So, no, sorry, the Microsoft Surface Pro 3 in this case. And it's the 64 gig flavour. So what we can do is proceed to close out, and we'll leave it there for now. Right people, so there you have it. That's how to install Windows Server on a Surface Pro 3. I hope that you liked that video. Hopefully you found it informative. Just in case, I suppose, that you ever want to do that. So we do these things so you may want to. And sometimes it's just for the most stupidest of shits. But anywho, we got it done, we got it running, and it's a cinch to do it. So have fun playing, as always, but do keep it legit, do keep it legal. I will be removing that evaluation copy in due course. Anyway, that just pretty much brings us to the end of today's video. So once again, I thank you for watching. And if you're new to the channel, then welcome. And hopefully you'll hit that subscribe button, get the notification bell on as usual. And if you're returning, good for you. We like that. So as always, in the comments section, as always, keep giving the thumbs up. I appreciate that hugely, and it does the algorithm well too. So that's pretty much it for now. So I'm wishing you all the very best, and certainly happy Christmas for what's upcoming as well, and for the new year. That's been yours truly, and I'm out. See you soon.